3, 2, 1, let's go! Hey, how's it going? We're here with the 2021 event exclusive Dragon Ball S.H Figuarts lineup. This is going to be split into 4 videos. I figured if I do it all in one it might be a bit too long, but I'll try and keep these a bit shorter than the usual reviews. And if you're watching this, the other ones might not be online straight away. The release will probably be staggered over a couple of days since I do have to go through and edit them all. Before we jump right into it, I just want to say a big thank you to the guy that helped me get these. Now, being an event exclusive, these are, for whatever ridiculous reason, limited to only a couple of countries, generally the USA and an event in China, and if you're lucky, in Europe as well. But releases over there isn't as expensive as in the USA. Hopefully they get rid of event exclusives altogether in the near future and instead just do it as a global summer bonanza or anything like that, just a different type of a release for these figures. And if they need them at the events, just slap a sticker on it or something like that, or just do it as a early release, maybe a month earlier. Anyway, enough of that. Let's jump right into it. The very first one we have here is the Super Saiyan God Son Goku. Now this one is actually pretty highly anticipated since the original figure. This guy is ridiculously expensive. Now he has come down in price a little bit now, but yeah, still one of the more premium Goku figures out there. Now, one thing I absolutely love about the event exclusive figures is the box art. I think it just looks absolutely stunning. Let's just swing this around again, just check that out. I love the whole reverse colouring, just the subtle duotone boxes. And like any S.H Figuarts, we've also got the Tamashii quality seal sticker on the front here. And being an American release, we've got the Funimation sticker, the purple Toei logo. And on the back, we have the Bluefin Bandai distribution sticker as well. Now the box design is very similar to any other normal release, so we've got the standard selection of images on the back. But on the side, we don't have any, just a single image of a full body Goku right there. So yeah, so that is the box. Now let's pop him open and check out what he comes with. Okay, so his accessories is pretty light. We've got the 3 additional faces, the slight smirking, straight looking face, the teeth gritting, and then the open mouth screaming look. And then we've got the 4 set of additional hands, which is actually a pretty good selection. We've got the open palm flat hands, the martial arts style gripping, the ones for doing his Kamehameha, and then the open palm as well. And then we've got the main body in front here and the awesome see-through hair, which we'll get a closer look at shortly. Okay, so here he goes in all his glory. He's got his awesome logos on his gi. It's a lovely orange colour, and then the boots are really vibrant as well. One thing that's really nice about the event exclusive figures is generally they have very vibrant colours for their whole body and paint job, and often extra weathering. Though Goku here is a bit more basic in that regard. However, he does have this awesome jelly-like hair. It kind of reminds me of a jelly bean where you can kind of see the light coming through it, but it's not completely translucent either. But it does look really nice. The seams and all the lines and joints on the hair is really clean and crisp as well, which is good to see. Same with the printing on the body. One thing I do want to point out is that my one on the right leg does have a little bit extra ink inside of the leg there. It doesn't look like it's paint on the outside, but something that got inside the plastic itself. Maybe it didn't quite mix properly. And there's also a couple of black dots just scattered on his leg here, which seems like it could be extra paint or ink from the printing process. That mostly did wipe off, so that is a little bit of a shame, but it's not a huge issue either. But it's a little bit unfortunate. But the rest of him is super clean. I love the printing of his logo on the back of his gi, which is awesome, and the texture of the belt feels nice too. And speaking about texture, I'm not sure what it is, but the plastic feels slightly different on this guy, or it could be the finish. Maybe they just did a top coating on him from a matte finish, which could be giving the figure that slightly different texture. If you have any idea what that is, or if you think it is different to other Goku releases, please do let me know in the comments below. I'm curious what your thoughts on that is. But yeah, let's get in close and check out his articulation. Now this is the standard 2.0 Goku body, so if you've got the Saiyan raised on Earth Goku, Full Power Goku, or one of the others, there shouldn't be anything too special or anything that will be a bit of a surprise to you in terms of articulation. He's got the nice head tilt up and down, and again the left to right swivel is lovely. His neck does move slightly as well. Moving on to the shoulders, he does have the butterfly joints, which I feel move extremely well in this figure. They do come out quite far, which is good. It does help with that posing. And then the arms as well. You get the standard bicep swivel, the elbow swivel, and then the bicep does swing around as well. And then again, moving down to the wrists, these do swing and move and twist as well. Now just a bit of a heads up, if you are going to change the hands, just grip on the forearm and the hand, swing it around, make sure it does turn. If it does, just pull it straight and it should pop right off. If you are having trouble twisting and moving the hand, pop the wrist off and check the joint. You'll be able to see which way it swivels, and once you know which way that is, just take the hand, line it up, and you can pop it back on, and now you've got that up and down swivel on the hand, where you might not have had before if this is around the other way. And it's something to keep in mind, and it does help to avoid any accidental breakages. Down to the torso now. Again, going backwards it's not bad, but the forward motion is severely limited, like all these types of bodies. We do have the 2.0 Krillin coming out, which has the more curved area on the chest, which hopefully will be a new trend going forward, which will give them a better front ab motion. Down from the waist, got the decent swivel going on. And then for the hips, at first mine was a bit stiff, but after a little bit of motion, he can kind of get his legs moving without too much issue. So if you ever do have a figure that is a bit stiff, don't force it. Just slowly, gently move it, and if you really need to, you can warm it up in some hot water. Not water that will burn, just, slightly warmer than lukewarm, and it will soften up the plastic and make it movable. Down to the knees, that moves lovely, both sides. And the feet is the same for any real Goku figure, but has these boots. So you get the swivel, slight up and down, and the toe as well. So yeah, nothing really spectacular there, just very stock standard. But he feels really nice, he moves extremely well. Yeah, I have no real issues with his articulation movement, it's exactly what I expected. Works extremely well for what it is. Let's take a quick look at all the different facial expressions. This is the slight, sad, frowning face. Again, the printing of the eyes and all the detailing underneath his eyes looks extremely clean and nice as well. I always do find that the Super Saiyan Gold Goku face is slightly chubby, kind of like he's still got his baby fat. What do you reckon? Let me know in the comments below if you reckon he kind of has a slightly rounder baby fat face or not. So to change the face, all you have to do is grab the bangs and they pop off, and then you can just slot the face off. Okay, so I switched on the other face, which is looking directly ahead, but this time he is slightly smiling, which is quite nice. Again, all the lining is really clean and crisp. Next up, we've got the teeth gritting, slightly angry look, which looks really nice and clean again. I like the detailing on the teeth there as well, the slight line between them to break them up. It looks really nice. I think this could be one of my favourite faces for this figure, actually. Gives them a bit more expression and emotion, which is really nice to see. Okay, and this is the final face, the open mouth, screaming look, and yeah, again, exactly what you expect. It looks really nice. I love the detailing on this, like the slight matte colouring for the eyebrows and eyes. It just looks really nice and clean, especially with that kind of candy see-through here as well. Okay, so this brings us to the pros and cons of this figure. Now, straight up, as you probably know if you've been watching my channel for a while now, I don't really like Dragon Ball Super. I kind of watch it, read, and enjoy it for what it is. But for me, I'm really big on the original Dragon Ball Z, and even GT. So generally speaking, I don't really go my way to pick out Dragon Ball Super figures or merchandise. So that's why I don't have the original of this guy. But yeah, overall, despite the fact I don't really like it all, yeah, I actually really like the look of this guy. I love the colours, the feel, and something about the candy look of the hair. I think that looks really nice. It gives it a bit more, I guess, vibrancy to it compared to the original ones, which is just straight painted colour. So yeah, I mean, as a non-Dragon Ball Super fan, I'm really happy with this figure. He looks nice, and I think he'll look good in the collection along with the other super characters I do have. And well, as you know from this lineup of event exclusives, there is a few super ones which I'll be reviewing as well, so you can check those out on the channel. And yeah, back into pros and cons. Pros, the finish looks really nice, the colouring is awesome, the candy hair works good, and the printing on the face is awesome. The cons, the quality control on the leg there, for me, for this release, is a slight con, but this isn't something that will be on every figure. Besides that, the only other real con is that it doesn't come with any other cool accessories, but then again it is a straight re-release of the original figure. So in that sense, the other main con is that it's not a global release. I feel like event exclusives are kind of bad for the fan base, and they should be available to all regions. But yeah, beyond that, I think it's awesome. Let me know in the comments below what you think. And there are images for him at the end of this video and on rockchala.com, along with 360 images if you want to get a good close look of him and the box. Be sure to check that out, and they'll be linked in the comments below. And as always, come join us on Discord and chat about Dragonball S.H Figuarts. A link is in the description as well. And until next time, cheers!